ladies and gentlemen, we shift our focus to the Enforcement Directorate's explosive and damning findings about a foreign-funded network. A network that allegedly economically rehabilitated illegal Bangladeshis and Rohingyas inside our own country using the foreign funding law, the FCRA, as the cover. The crackdown began when the Uttar Pradesh ATS began probing a terror funding and infiltration conspiracy. The ED got roped into this investigation and launched a full-scale operation with raids across 13 premises in West Bengal, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Maharashtra. Investigators found that funds originating from UK-based entities got routed through FCRA-registered charitable trusts. This money was used to provide jobs to infiltrators in India. Can you believe it? For the government, this is vindication of exactly why FCRA amendments are the need of the hour. But the opposition continues to dismiss the facts. The question now is, are the bill baiters deliberately putting politics above national security?
FCRA विधेयक आने की गुंजाइश है, इसका भी हम विरोध करेंगे. हमने पहले भी विरोध किया था.
They have soft corner for such घुसपैठियास and for the violations in FCRA that is now being used to facilitate these घुसपैठियास.
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate with Charu Pragya, Karan Verma and Ashwini Kumar Mishra is Vivek Srivastava. And Vivek Srivastava, I want to ask you, do you want to support those entities that actually help the Ghuspetiyas to do business of making jobs available for the infiltrators? Not jobs for Indians, but job for the infiltrators, using all kinds of violative rules and organizations to get in money from foreign funding. Are we going to allow foreigners to fund unrest in India and to help infiltrators rather than Indians?
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. It should not be allowed. As soon as possible, we must conduct raid on the RSS. We should ask them what is their registration, do they fill in the tax, where does the money come from, पैसा कहाँ से आ रहा है, बिल्डिंगें कहाँ से बन रही है, महल कहाँ से खड़े हो रहे हैं, आप बताइए साहब आपका लेखा जोखा क्या है, I mean where is the money coming from? So it should be probed, and I agree with you. ये कहाँ से आ रहा है? Who's funding these people? Is it some foreign? Is it some foreign power?
Can you prove a single case against the RSS? Be my guest. No, file an FIR and then demand an ED investigation.
Yes.
Don't just make allegations without any basis.
I agree. But madam, if you are running an institution here called Times Now, one of the most reputed institutions, serving journalism even before we got independence. So you are filing your taxes. You are having an accounting being done. You are an institution.
So filing taxes, does it legitimize illegal activity in India? Charu Pragya, just because somebody files taxes, they can carry on doing illegitimate business of supporting infiltrators?
You know, Navika ji, this is not the first time that there has been a crackdown on these so-called charitable institutions. We have seen time and time again that FCRA has come in handy to make sure we are safeguarding national security. There are organizations which get in money from foreign sources, and this money is used in India to cause disruptions. This money is used in India to cause instability. And this time, I think the opposition is speaking out so much against it because their entire politics seems to be resting on making sure illegal immigrants are able to give them a vote or two. And we have seen that happen during the West Bengal elections. During the last crackdown also, we saw similar things happen because it was Rahul Gandhi eventually who was standing to gain. He was the one who needed foreign interventions, and he was the one who wanted to bring down Prime Minister Modi. See, we have borders guarded by our armed forces, but the financial institutions in this country, when money is coming from outside, are guarded by the FCRA, and we are asking
How
for
do
only
the infiltrators
transparency.
come?
If you have
How
nothing
do
to
the
hide, why would you
infiltrators
go
come by
crying around
targeting?
everywhere?
Ashwini Kumar
We
Mishra,
are
I want to ask you,
asking-
if the government wants to bring in a bill
I can
to regulate these inflows which are misused in such a manner to create a national security challenge, why is the Congress party against it? Are you in love with Bangladeshis and Rohingyas before you are in love with Indians?
Navika ji, this whole narrative of infiltrators is created by BJP and its ecosystem.
Achha.
They are not
So
serious about
infiltrators hai hi
In
nahi.
fact, Charu is talking about national security and Navika ji, let me finish my point. Infiltrators हैं. It is the UPA जिसने 90,000 ज्यादा इन्फिल्ट्रेटर्स को डिपोर्ट किया कंट्री से. बीजेपी ने कितने किए पिछले 12 साल में? 4,000. It was UPA which faced more than 60% borders. बीजेपी ने कितने किए? एनडीए ने कितने किए? 8%. So they are
in
not
the last
serious. They just
8
want to do
months,
the
there have been
politics on
6
this
lakh.
issue of infiltrators.
In the
And
last
biggest
8
threat of the
months,
nation
there have been
is
6
RSS.
lakhs who have been
biggest
sent away,
threat
my
to the
friend.
national integrity
Go,
is RSS.
check the numbers.
Navika ji, you give me the number of infiltrators deported by NDA versus UPA. Ask your research team to check. Compare last 10 years, how many infiltrators, how many Ghuspetiyas has been deported by UPA or NDA. You will find more than 90,000 was deported under UPA and less than 4,000 deported
Well,
by NDA.
I have it on record from top sources. It has been 6 lakh of such infiltrators that have been sent back just in the last 6 months. So please do your homework, put in an RTI, you will get these numbers. The numbers are available, but Karan Verma अभी कह रहे थे कि घुसपैठिए तो है ही नहीं इस देश में. ये तो imaginary. BJP has created this whole storm about infiltrators. There are no infiltrators. Now they are asking for a count. Either the statement 1 was wrong or the statement 2 is wrong. Number 2, when it comes to national security, why does the Congress always support those who are violating it than the government which is trying to stop it? Why?
Navika ji, you and I might consider them a security threat. The Supreme Court might consider them, but the Congress party doesn't. They are a vote bank for them. And we don't need to look any further. 15th November 2024, in the peak of Jharkhand elections, it's the AICC Jharkhand chief Ghulam Ahmad Mir who says that if we win in Jharkhand, we will give gas cylinders even to the illegals. We will take care of the illegals, we'll take care of the Rohingyas. Official statement from the AICC Jharkhand Congress in chief. Let's move ahead of this. 21st September 2017.
Hardeep Puri, you forgot Hardeep Puri in Delhi elections. What did you say?
21st September 2017. नाविका जी ये क्या तरीका है बीच बीच में बोलने का भाई? अश्विनी जी आप बोल रहे थे, मैंने बोला बीच में. 21st September 2017, Mamata Banerjee
झूठ गिनने लगे, रजिस्टर भर जाएगा.
sits on a strike against the Supreme Court.
गिनाइए ना नाविका जी, let your viewers know.
अभी तो गिनवाए. अभी
viewers know.
आपने 30 सेकंड का स्टेटमेंट बनाया, उसमें 2 झूठ गिनवा दिए मैंने. शांति रखिए, बोलने दीजिए करण वर्मा को.
इनको पता नहीं है, अश्विनी जी को पढ़ते लिखते नहीं है. IMDT एक्ट ऑफिशियली इलीगल माइग्रेंट्स को बचाने का इंदिरा गांधी ने बनाया था 1983 में. It was defeated by Sarbanand Sonowal in Supreme Court in 2005. Supreme Court ने आपको डांट लगा के कहा था 30 times more could have been deported had not for this draconian law introduced by Indira Gandhi. You know nothing about the subject and you are going on speaking ad nauseum about it. थोड़ा सा पढ़ना लिखना चाहिए आपको. Secondly, September 2017, the Supreme Court says 40,000 need to be deported. You know who sits in strike on that? Mamata Banerjee, Ajay Makan, Akhilesh Yadav, in all respective states, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal, they all sit in protest of that. This is their vote bank, Navika ji. They opposed SIR, they oppose NRC, and now they want to dole out freebies to these illegals.
I want to ask you, Vivek Srivastava, in all seriousness, do you want to compromise India's security? Do you want jobs for infiltrators before there are jobs for Indians? Please tell me, simple question.
And I'll be very brief. We talk only of Bangladeshi infiltrators because they are Muslims. Nobody talks of Nepali people working in India, Sri Lankans working in India, Bhutani working in India. Nobody talks of them because there's a religious angle is not number one. Number two, nobody is questioning and nobody is saying that we are not bothered about the national security. We are a great nation. If the neighboring nation people are in distress, we can have refugees camp and we must help them.
So the community angle comes in. Charu Pragya, unko लगता है you are not against the Nepalese, you are not against the Bhutanese, you are only against the Muslims which are from Bangladesh and Rohingyas.
See, that's the problem of the opposition, and that's why they are increasingly irrelevant, Navika ji. They have to get in this communal angle because उनके इसके बिना इनकी राजनीति नहीं चलती है. I asked them again and I asked them this. If you have nothing to hide, why does transparency scare you? The rules remain the same for every single institution, right? FCRA rules are going to remain the same for everyone. So why is it that only the opposition is jumping up and down? Why is it that they are the only ones who are scared by transparency? Because the fact of the matter is, this is not the first time. This is not the first time. They have misused. They have misused laws. No. You have misused laws. You have gotten in foreign funding. I can give you numerous examples.
Your vote bank compulsions give you away, and that is the problem. Even national security is looked through a vote bank compulsion, and that is where the problem arises. Nobody says that anybody who's coming legally into India should not be looked after. But illegal immigrants, if there are infiltrators, should they be allowed to misuse laws in order to stay in India, and organizations should be funding them? The question is, who will take responsibility and accountability if there is a national security threat? That's the question India is asking. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists, and thank you viewers for joining me on the News Hour tonight. Good night, be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with the News Hour at 9.